So y'all, I'm so proud of myself right now. I haven't been to bed this early in I don't know how long. It is 9:55. Usually I'm up cleaning, doing laundry, reading my little daily devotion. I might be reading the Bible. I might be writing in my journal. Up doing some wall Pilates, just doing general Pilates. I might go over to the gym and work out, but I be up, and a lot of times it's because my kids are involved in extracurricular activities, and so sometimes we're not done until 8 o'clock with the running around with that, and we're not home until 8:30. So if they get out, like on Wednesdays, the girls go to gymnastics from 7 to 8. They get out of gymnastics at 8 o'clock, so we don't get home till about 8:15, because it is just like 15 minutes away. We get home 8:15. I got to, feed them, get them a shower, a bath, and get them in the bed because they bedtime. But the girls go to bed at 9 o'clock. My son, he a little older, he go to bed at 9:30. And so by the time I'm done doing all that, I still be wanting my me time so that I can wind down. So I can just relax a little bit and wind down and do whatever my self meditation or is. And it just be by midnight by the time I'm done with caring for me and my mental health. But today I'm in the bed it's 9:55. Probably about 9:58 now, but it's 9:55 and I'm just in the bed. I'm just happy to be in the bed. Now I may not go to sleep, but I'm in the bed. Like if you're like me, sometimes it takes me about 30 minutes to go to sleep. And I just gotta be dead tired. And sometimes even if I'm dead tired, I am going to just still come up in here, scroll on my phone maybe while I'm laying down, but not go to sleep. So I'm happy. But at night, and I need to look this up why, but at night all my thoughts come to my head, and I think that's my problem. I get to thinking of so many things, whether it's ideas, goals, ambitions, old memories. I have like little backflashes of stuff that may have happened in my childhood or college or whatever. And so today, while I was in the showering, I thought about myself as a kid, myself as a little kid when I was like 4 or 5 years old. And yeah, I got a memory like an elephant. I don't forget nothing. And that's a gift and a curse. Because some things you want to forget, some things you want to bury, you want to have amnesia, or other things you be happy because it brings you to a happy space. So today, I had got this flashback of when I was like 5 years old. And my Uncle Roy, which is my mama's uncle, so he really my great uncle. My Uncle Roy, he could tell this story better than me. For sure. And my granny, she's gone. She could tell the story good, but he could tell this story better than me. Because I know he remembered the story. And so, I thought about, well, first of all, I'm like, I've been a goon for a long time. I've always been, like, the one not to be fucked with. Like, mind you, I'm as friendly and sweet as I'll get out. But I'm still not to be fucked with. Like my daughter Savannah is a lot like me, and I guess I don't know if this is God bringing this to my head. Like, remember that time you did it, and I'm just like, come on, I always said like Savannah act just like you, and I'm just like, dang, and I was like, dang, she really do act like me. Like Sydney got mouth, but Savannah, she sweet as pie, will get in your ass. So, I was in here and I just started laughing so hard. And I'm like, maybe that's my granny, like, kind of her praise. Like, one of my granny's birthday is today. My daddy's mama, my grandma Jocelyn, she was granny. Like, and what's crazy is both of my grannies in they area, side of town, like, my granny, who I'm talking about, would know the story, she lived in the hood. Like, she was the granny of the hood. Everybody knew Miss Mary Ann. Her name was Mary, middle name Ann. You know how they old school Mary Ann, they put it together. So everybody knew Miss Mary Ann, and everybody knew my grandma Joyston, Miss Joyston. So today was Miss Joyston, my daddy's mama's birthday, or whatever. But they both was everybody granny in their area, and I love that because they'll watch people kids, they will feed you. Like, I remember, like, with either my granny, if we outside playing, like, and if one of my friends like, "Ooh, I want some," they're like, "Yeah, they can have some. I made enough." Like, that's my granny. They'll feed both of them. They'll feed the whole block because they wouldn't make that much food or just have that enough. They'll make it enough if they didn't to give it to everybody. And I'm just like, when I become a grandma, I want to bring that back. Like, to just be the neighborhood granny, to look out for the neighborhood, the kids in the neighborhood. Everybody know I could come over there if me and my sister was outside at my grandma Mary Ann's house. We was outside over there eating some watermelon, and one of them other kids in the neighborhood came up to play with us, because we always played with the kids in the neighborhood when we would go to her house on the weekends or whatever. And if one of the kids came over there to play with us, she see them outside, she gonna bring them some watermelon too. Or if we eating a popsicle, she gonna pass that popsicle to all the kids. If it's about 10 of them, she gonna pass that popsicle to all the kids or whatever. But that's just a good memory to have. But the memory about me being a goon is, I was like, dang, I always been a damn goon in Savannah, act just like me. I remember I was about 4 or 5 years old. My granny lived in these apartments. Mind you, my grandma Mary Ann lived in Dalworth. Like, that's where I started the beginning of my life, in Dalworth. At the time, I was living with my grandma Mary Ann, because my daddy, they was young. They was teen parents. They was young, trying to get their little lives together or whatever. Go to work, working double jobs, or going to school and working, stuff like that. So my granny had me most of the time because she was a stay-at-home wife, and my papa went to work. So she had me time because she could do the things that my parents couldn't do because they was too busy trying to figure out life. They was young again. So I'm with her or whatever, and she lived in, I had to be 4. I don't know, 4 or 5, I can tell you that. But I remember she lived in these apartments right there off of Greater Southwest, called the Barrington Apartments. So the Barrington Apartments set right off of Greater Southwest in this street. I want to say it's Greater Southwest in Dillard Street, which was right around the corner from her mama's house off of Tapley Street. But I said not right around the corner, but you know what I mean, like a block around the corner on a block or something like that. But she said in the Barrington Apartments off of Greater Southwest. So she had this neighbor in the apartments. She had this 3 neighbors that I played with. 4 neighbors. Okay, one stayed across from her. Like, it was her apartment on the first floor, this big open field, and the other neighbor house across, and there was some Mexican people. I remember they had 2 kids that we called Amigos and Bam Bam. And they was about my age too. They was brothers that's like a year apart. Amigos and Bam Bam. And then so right next door to my granny was this lady named Miss Vera. And Miss Vera had this granddaughter that I played with that came over a lot named, I wanted to say her name is Ashamique or Ashanique, one or two, but it's Ashanique or Ashamique. She was black, we could tell, And so, Ashanique or Ashamique and Ashanique, whatever her name is, she was about 2 years older than me. So mind you, I'm 4 or 5. Ashanique had to be 7, maybe 8, but I know she was older than me. And then across from Miss Vera, which was like Bam Bam and Amigos and them neighbor, was this white girl that I played with. And I can't, now that's who name I can't think of. That's who name I can't think of. I can't think of that. I can't think of her name. And it's gonna come to me later. And that's because I played with Bam Bam and Amigos a lot, because my granny would watch them sometimes. Like if they mom and daddy had to go to the store, because Because they lived with both their mama and their daddy. If they had to go to the store or something, sometimes they would leave. Baby, when we go, with my granny, we'll be outside, but, she'll watch it. Watch them with me, too. And, I think they had a baby sister that my granny would babysit named Selena. And so I would play with them more along with Ashamik when she would come over to her granny house. Because mind you, Miss Vera was my granny homegirl. Miss Vera was older than my granny, but that was my granny homegirl, Miss Vera. And my granny kind of looked after her too, cause she was old, but could take care of herself. Cause black don't crack, but still my granny would still look after her because that was her elder. Elders looked after elders. At the time, my granny was like in her 40s at the time, so she wasn't just old lady. But anyway, so I remember we would be outside playing, and sometimes Ashamik would get acting a little funny when a white girl came out. Mind you, my granny let me play with the little white girl, but she didn't always too much care for me to play with the white girl, because low-key I think my granny sometimes was a little racist. Let me not say racist. She was a little prejudiced. So she ain't really, she didn't really fuck with him like that all the time. But she, again, baby amigo, Ashmi, but she didn't really fuck with them white people like that all the time. But the little girl would come outside and play. My grandma would still be nice to her. If she gave one kid a popsicle, she gave all the kids a popsicle, no matter what your race, ethnicity, content, character, whatever. She still did her MLK shit. But Ashmi would act a little funny sometimes. And so, I'd be like, well, forget it. Like, I ain't gonna, like, again, even though I was very young, I still wasn't no little punk. So, you go act funny, Ashmi? Okay. Come on, baby, let me go. Like, let's get Barney so I play. Let's go play with Barney. And so, I think the girl was closer to Ashamik's age, too. So, they were both older than me. But I remember this one time, Ashamik showed her ass. And I remember, like, my granny and my Uncle Roy called me when it happened. But Ashamik pushed me down. And so, mind you, my granny taught me to fight back. And so, my granny would be out there spying and watching. So, my granny saw the whole thing happen. Or whatever. And she pushed me down. I guess my granny was kind of standing there to see, like, what's she gonna do? Let me see what she gonna do. Is she gonna come cry? Or, like, what's she gonna do? Ashmik pushed me down. With the little white girl right there. Pushed me the fuck down. And I fell, like, she pushed my chest. Like, mind you, I'm 4 or 5 years old. Ashmik, 7, 8. Baby, talk about a bitch that don't fight fair from day one. Baby, I jumped up and bit the fuck out of Ashmik in her motherfucking chest. And I didn't let go. And then my granny was like, Jasmine. That's when I let go. Because Ashmik hollered like a motherfucker. She hollered. So then, she hollering, crying, holding her chest. The little white girl was trying to tell. And my granny like, I saw all that happen, And so the little white girl, I remember her mama came outside or whatever, trying to, and my granny was like, go around, mind your business. Get your chair and mind your business. I'm gonna go tell Miss Vera or whatever. Because Miss Vera was kind of like, oh, well, like, I should make, pretty much like, I done told you don't be trying to act all funny when you get around them. But I remember my Uncle Robert just laughing. Like, he was like, sister, because he used to call my grandma sister, because he the baby. That's the big sister. Sister, come on, sister. Come on, sister. Jasmine all right. Come on, sister. So my grandma was like, like, come on in the house. Or whatever. And so my granny telling me, I bet she won't push you down no motherfucking more. Cause I beat the shit out of her. I bet she won't push you down no goddamn more. And you ain't in trouble. Cause I was about to cry. Cause I'm like, oh, my granny I'm about to be in trouble. My grandma get a whooping. She was like, you ain't finna get no whooping. I seen the whole thing. I sat here to see what you was gonna do. And so my Uncle Roy, he just laughing. He just like, you done beat her in the chest. You done beat Ashamika in the chest. I was just like, she pushed me down. And he was just like, that's all right. That's all right, Uncle Baby. That's all right, niece. That's all right, baby. I was just like, yeah, I been a motherfucking goon. That's why Savannah. Like, baby, don't take our kindness for weakness. Because we could be super duper nice until you just get to pushing them buttons. Because, baby, I wonder if Ashamika even remember that. I haven't seen that girl since, like, we was that age. But for some reason, it came back to me, that story. And I remember vividly what happened. Like, for me just, like, feeling shocked that I'm like, this was my friend. You done pushed me the fuck down because you done linked up with her. Oh, yeah, you got me fucked up. You know, so I jumped up because I was just, I'm shorter than her, but I'm tall enough to, got her. Baby, I wanted them teeth prints. See it right there. Because I got it good to where it cut a little skin. That just came to my mind. I really be having some life stories. That one right there, I learned real young that I was a gangster. And I'm not to be fucked with. Don't play with me. I ain't ever lost a fight. Because if I feel like I'm going to lose, I ain't going to fight for her. I'm coming out alive. Okay? And well. Do you hear me? That's where Savannah get from.